But I do want to segue with what you said, life coach, which brings me to the Meet the Simmons brand. So how did that come about? How did you, it's because Meet the Simmons and even Enough Said, your YouTube channel, you and Marcus came up with this. And I know you guys deal with a lot, which is awesome. Your content deals with a lot of marital relationships, you know, men, women, you know, vices, how men should treat women, how women should treat men, so on and so forth. So give us, you know, what Meet the Simmons is. How did the brand come about? And then tell us about Enough Said, your YouTube channel. Like, how did that come about as well?
The brand Meet the Simmons, we just started off on social media. We had like our IG page and then even our Facebook page, and we started doing Facebook Lives. So at our church, we were over the marriage ministry. And what we wanted to kind of do was, there was a lot of people that weren't able to go, or even people that didn't go to our church or didn't even go to church. We didn't care. But we wanted to be able to talk about real issues that happen in marriage and start to reach a broader audience. So that's where the Facebook Lives kind of came into play. And then we did like some IG Lives as well. And then we had a few people, they were like, man, y'all just need to go to YouTube. We're like, YouTube? Ugh, we don't want to do it, YouTube. It took us forever to really build up the confidence. The Facebook Lives and the IG really helped us kind of build a little confidence, because when you live, like, it's, hey, go. There's no cutting, no editing, none of that. You're just like live. And so that helped us to kind of build up the courage. And then we were like, we'll think about YouTube. We'll think about it. And then this one gentleman, I think his name is Mike Mendez. He kind of was like, y'all just need to hurry up and go on and just put it out there. Like, what are y'all waiting on? We're like, who's this dude and why is he telling us this? So, Mike, you did it. So we
really happy with that, by the way. That's cool.
I am too.
We started recording, and, you know, people started responding, and we're like, okay, maybe YouTube might be a little, you know, it might be a little fit for us. And then even Mike kind of gave us some pointers on, can you make y'all shot a little tighter? You're a little far away. Like, so we
get
took your
close.
pointers, and it was a few people that kind of were like, you know, kind of tweak it, do it like this. And we did that. And we have a blast doing it, building the content. The idea behind the content is to draw people to the life coaching business, because we want to really help people heal, because there's a lot of hurting people, hurting other people. And we want to really stop some of the hemorrhaging that's happening. And a lot of it is happening in my community. And that's a big, and you'll hear us talk about it a lot. We're so passionate about it because 80% in the Black community, 80% of our women are single parents. And these single parent-led homes are not producing really great results. There's a lot of babies that are hurting from it. I came from that environment. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. So we want to stop that as much as we can, or at least try to help as much as we can. So that's kind of where all that Meet the Simmons comes from.
So talk to us
really
a little.
Dope. Go ahead,
Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
I'll just say what I really like about the concept on YouTube and Meet the Simmons. One is some of your sayings, like punch in the air, like that stuff's hilarious. It just, because it's like, and that's what I like about YouTube is like, we can get to meet the authenticity, because there's a couple moments where you will say something really fast, and it's like we get to meet the person behind it. And that's what I like about what y'all's content is like, yeah, I want to take, you know, let's say I can always use marriage advice, but if someone's like, you meet them, you're like, I don't think you're happy, man. Like, I don't want to listen to that stuff, right? Like, and also too, like, if I'm trying to learn something and you're talking about like, hey, like this is how you should treat your wife or how she looks at things, that's one thing. But if you're like, give me into a way that I can like, hey, have a good time listening to it and then kind of share her. So maybe she can hear that point of view, or like we can talk about it. And that's what we'll do sometimes. I'll be like, hey, here, listen to this one. Hey, this and that. She'll be like, oh, you know, and we'll have a conversation. And it may not even be for our marriage. It might be her friend or something like that. And it's kind of that concept where it's like, that this is why this needs to exist, right? Like, I mean, Izzy and I have got made fun of, and people on comments will make fun of us and da-da-da. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, there's 8 billion people like on this world. You don't think 200 of them are going to like listen to your stuff? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just like crazy to me. And that's why I like y'all stuff, is because like, A, y'all talking about different concepts that need to be talked about. And then 2, it's like, if someone is talking about it, sometimes they're so professional. It's like, man, like, I don't get to meet the real you. It's almost like those movies where you're like, man, are you kind of one of those people who says cut and then you're cussing everybody out, but like you're all this person on camera? You know what I mean? Because that is a reality of our world, where like we don't know people. And that's why I like what y'all's talking about. And you know, it's like, hey, just go ahead and do it. And my whole point of view from everything that I've learned from the military is just hit the ground running. We'll be flexible. We need to go left, we'll go left. We go right. Cool. But at least we're making action. And that's why I think that's the hardest thing for people to understand is like, you're going to make mistakes. Nobody really cares that much like you think. Just do it. And if there's a mistake, you'll fix it. And there'll be some people that will sit there and say, hey, look, if I like, here's a little bit of advice, here's that, take it, love it, and then move forward. Somebody makes fun of you. Like if somebody's like, hey, do you know, like we can't even hear Izzy, they're making fun of us. Instead of like getting mad, be like, no, thank you. Like that's free consultation in a sense. Like you might be a hater, but it's free. Cool. We'll up his volume up on the next level. We're recording it, or hey, here's this going on. And so I think that's really what people don't understand sometimes is like, man, like you're going to do something. People, and what this is what I would love to hear your advice or your thoughts on. What are your thoughts on, you're going to put out a video and it's scary. You get two views, or you get 3 views, or you get like 0 for like a couple of days. What is your, like, how would you like to talk about that? Or like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, because that's happened several times. So